tuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
The President of the Republic of Kenya. Cabinet secretaries, we thank you for the members of the parliament. And we also thank you of the institution, the members, institution in the secretariat. Now we want to start our congregation, the 10th congregation of our excellence, divine direction, and a spirit of deep insight. As we run through this process, we know that we shall be careful to return all the glory. We also thank you that after graduation, our professionals will find a place where they can offer their services with due diligence. We thank you in advance because you are Most High. We also want to thank you again, even for those who are yet to join, yet to travel and reach this place. We ask you that you guide them properly and you guide them with your spirit. We pray all this, believing and trusting in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you for the prayers, Hassan Nur. We're still continuing with the prayers. Is Hassan online? Okay. If Hassan is not online, then I think we will just go. Farah Hassan? So it's a Hassan Nur. Okay. Okay, so then from there, we are going to continue and start with an entertainment. We call our saxophone. Meanwhile, let's be seated. Thank you. Wonderful music, and we'll still continue with that interlude of music. Allow me to just find out who is present. The chair of council, Dr. Evelyn Ngirikacha. And council members, let me just know. Chair of council, you're in. Okay. You can let the chair of council to unmute. Okay. Chair, you can unmute now. She able to unmute? Chair, go ahead and unmute. You have been enabled. Can we help chair to unmute?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm able to
Yeah,
unmute.
you have
Thank you.
made the co-host. So you can
Good
unmute.
morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yes, thank you. I was unable to unmute, but now I'm able to unmute, and I take this opportunity to say thank you to God.
Your network is a bit
Hello?
we're
Hello?
not able to hear you because of network.
And my network is good.
But we recognize the presence of our chair of council. Even though you've been able to hear her shortly, we will still be able to make sure that the chair of council is able to greet us. We also want to recognize the presence of other members of council. Allow me to check if we have Peter Nda. Not in. Dr. Soti. Okay. We have Judy Kobe. Judy Kobe. Okay. Banis Kndi. Okay. We have Veronica Kirogo. Veronica. Purity Chege. Okay. Okay. So I know Banis and Purity are on the way, so they will be here with us physically. And then, of course, we have the CEO, who is also a member of the council, ex-officio member of the council. Okay. Other guests? And I can see the licensees, the new professionals who are joining the team. We want to welcome you, feel appreciated, and feel at the profession of nutritionists and dietitians. We will still continue acknowledging guests as they come in, and we will continue to also get entertainment. The saxophone is still here with us and will continuously be with us at the various stages of interviews. So welcome again as we move on.
Tumeuona mkono wake Bwana, mengi mazuri tumeyaona,
Thank you. Thank you very much. We will still continue, as I said, with the interlude. It will be a continuous process. Okay. So I would still want to recognize the fellow council members. Bernice has just arrived. Bernice, you can wave to both the online and the physical participants. Judy is now in. Judy, you can also wave from wherever you are. Judy Cole. Is Judy there? Yes. And I still would like to go back to the council chair if she's able to now speak.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Good
I
morning.
would also like to recognize the faculty members, Dr. Nyango, Emily Wahome, And Dr. Kamuhu. Basically, we are also expecting council member Purity Chege to join us. And as I've said, we are together with Bernice Kndi, and camera can focus on Bernice. She's just sitting with us here so that everybody can be able to see Bernice. Okay. So Bernice is a member of council representing private practitioners and is herself a mentor to many, some of you here as well. So I've said we also have Purity Chege joining us physically and is representing the mid-level colleges. She's from KMTC and as a member of council. We have Pitanda, CPA Pitanda, is a member of council also, and will be, okay. Judy?
Yes, Professor Nguka, I can hear you.
Judy, go ahead.
Good morning, Professor Nguka. I can hear you.
Judy? If you can be able to just greet the members.
I think the problem is on your side because I can hear Judy very clearly.
It's diet, which is why people stick to it.
Not greetings the Gen Z way.
Yeah.
Greetings the Generation Y and X. Gen Z greetings are not very good, isn't it? Okay, so all council members are now co-hosts. You can be able to always log in, unmute and chair. Are you on board? Okay.
Good morning, Prof.
So for purposes, let me just call Bernice to come and have a greeting, and then can Bernice, you can come here and greet the people.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are you well?
Yes.
You're happy, right? Okay, so my name is Bernice Kndi. I'm a clinical nutrition therapist. That is what I call myself. I've been in clinical nutrition practice for 12 years. My company name is Neo Nutrition Solutions Limited, located at Williamson House. I'm also a mentor to nutritionists who are practicing. So welcome. We also have a program coming next year for you guys. So I want to just say congratulations and welcome to this day. Let's see how it goes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bernice. So you now know where new solutions are. Then we have, I don't know if the chair is ready.
Good morning.
Technical team, you can confirm to me whether the chair is ready.
The chair is ready.
Chair of council.
Yes, I'm very ready, but seemingly you are not able to hear me. Can anybody hear me, please? If you can hear me, can you write it on the wall that you can? Thank you.
Can hear you.
The chair, we are dealing with just technical to make sure that we have your sound reflected here.
Yes, I think the professionals are able to hear me. Thank you very much for those of you who have confirmed.
Okay, those of us on Zoom, you can give us a few minutes so that we sort out a technical issue. It's okay. We are not getting this. Yeah. Can you tell them? Then they are hearing us. They are not hearing us. That's the problem. Can you sort it out? Chair, go ahead and speak so that we can confirm if your sound is visible this
Hello?
side. Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Professor Nguka, and good morning to you and everybody else.
Good morning, Chair, and welcome.
Yes, this is a day that the Lord has made. We are glad once again to meet, especially at the end of the year for this celebration. I want to say congratulations to all those who are graduating today or who are getting their licenses. And I wish you, just like the prayer was said, I wish you blessings, even as you get your licenses, that these licenses become the golden key that is going to open doors of prosperity for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. And we are now happy that we've heard your voice and you have officially now given us a through pass to continue. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I still have some council members. Is Judy able to speak now? Judy Kobe?
Professor Nguka, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, Judy. Go ahead.
Perfect. Good morning, council members. Good morning, clinical dietitian and dietetics professionals. Greetings to our chairman for Kndi and the CEO of Kndi. Hi, is everyone?
You're well.
Thank you. So I'm with you during this session, and I'm really grateful for the good work that Kndi is doing, and especially for the professionals who support this team and for the candidates who are graduating today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Judy is a member of council. Do we have Dr. Kamuhu online? She's a faculty member.
Good morning.
Morning, Dr.
This is Dr. Kamuhu. I'm glad to be in this meeting. The chair of the council, the CEO, and the graduates. I'm glad to be in this meeting where we confer you with the licenses to go on and lead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Emily? Emily is a faculty member. Emily Wahome.
Good morning. The chair of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute, the CEO, the council members, and even the professionals that we are giving our licenses today. I'm glad to be in this meeting and to witness you getting the licenses, join us in the profession for us to be able to solve the nutrition problems that are there in our country and in the world. Thank you so much. My name is
Thank you. Thank you very much, Emily. It's a faculty member. Dr. Onyango, Agatha.
Good morning, colleagues. I want to congratulate the graduates for today for the hard work, for the good work that they have done. And thank you all. I'm glad to join you in today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So with that, let me now call upon the CEO, Dr. David O'Kay, to come and officially open. Before that, we'll have the interlude of music as usual to welcome the CEO to open for us. Technical team, I urge you to seamlessly be able to transfer and make sure that we don't have interference. Thank you. That was a beautiful music. And let me now welcome Dr. K to continue that.
Our council chair and council members invited guests and professionals, our faculty members, and of course the secretariat. We welcome you, first of all. We were trying to shape up so that the IT can do well. We can clap for them for the prompt response. Can we clap for them? Now, if we have any other person that is down there, please, Secretariat, go and tell them to come and sit here in front, all of them. If they are professionals, let them be up here. Let them come quickly. We want to start. So, Madam Chair, this is the beginning, so it's an official opening. So with your permission, this is the opening statement for the professional congregation. Public license award is an innovative venture by Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute, founded on the current institute's vision. And this is a guided process within the mandate as follows: an act of parliament to provide for training, registration, and licensing of nutritionists and dietitians, to provide for the regulation of standards and practice of the profession, to ensure their effective participation in matters relating to nutrition and dietetics, and also for connected purposes. During this occasion, all degrees, diplomas, certificate graduates from various recognized or licensed training institutions, that includes both universities and colleges, are gathered in one place for the public to witness their licensure. This is the only one regulator that does this in the country. BSc, as a prerequisite, graduates after fulfilling the requirements of supervised one-year internship program. At the moment, we do not have post-internship program, but we have concentrated practicum equivalent to 1 year internship. Also, this is done and followed by professional examination from various sub-disciplines, and we have clinical nutrition, clinical dietetics, food service diet therapies, food science nutrition, community nutrition, and public health nutrition. Also, as a prerequisite, the diploma graduates pass professional examinations in 2 sub-disciplines. We have nutrition technology exams, and we have dietetics technology exams. In contrast, certificate graduates must pass the nutrition and dietetics professional examination, that is technician's exams, before they are licensed. In this cohort, we also have other specialties in this category, which include nutritionists, pediatric nutrition. We also normally have renal nutritionists, and among others. A professional nutritionist or a dietitian only qualifies for the above when they have duly indexed, during their pre-service training at the college or university. And I want to believe all professionals who are being licensed are now indexed All professionals, regardless of their levels of training, are publicly made to realize the demands of their professional orientation or obligations, and are asked by subscribing to professional commitment through a professional oath as led by a chairperson of disciplinary committee or an advocate of the High Court who is a member of the disciplinary committee by delegation. We have already the member of the disciplinary committee who is also an advocate here with us, Madam Esther Duma. Maybe we didn't introduce her, she's already in the house. We also have a council member on behalf of the Master of Ceremony. We have Madam Purity Chege, who has also come physically. Madam Purity, maybe you can wave to the congregants. So this is the opening by the authority conferred to me under Section 9 of the Nutritionists and Dietitians Act, number 18 of 2007. I declare the professional congregation proceedings officially open. So you are all welcome for this important exercise. Once again, Madam Chair, that is the official opening. I'll invite the Master of Ceremony again to come back so that we can go to the next. Meanwhile, we invite the entertainment as he's lining up to come. Please remind Prof that he should be here. So the entertainment is going on for just a few minutes, maybe 3, and then we can move on to the sector-wide statement.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope we have all enjoyed and will continue to enjoy the music. We are now reaching a point where we are going to go through speeches, and we'll start with a sector-wide statement by the management of Kndi, which will be followed by the accreditation committee statement, then disciplinary committee statement. And let me recognize at that point the presence of Council Aduma, who is here with us. You can focus on the council. There she is. She's a lawyer by training and a commissioner in many other areas, but is in charge of disciplinary here at Kndi. We'll again get official governance remarks, and then after which we'll move to the presentation of candidates. So let me call upon the CEO to take us through the sector-wide statement at the moment.
Good morning. Good morning, professionals. We need to recognize that we have also invited the seniors. When we talk of senior, Councillor Duma knows very well that those in the legal profession who have bigger muscles normally are referred to as seniors, and they are respected very much by the junior lawyers. It is only nutrition that the juniors are disrespecting the seniors. Today, we decided that the seniors join the team so that they can also witness the ushering in of the new category of professionals. And I want to start by saying that going to school is not an easy thing. By the time you go to go through your certificate level diploma degree, and then somebody goes on and does masters, and then a PhD, and some do post-PhD studies or postdoctoral studies. It is not easy. It is a process. And so those who come after should respect those who have reached that level. And that is why we need the seniority classification in the profession. We cannot confess nutrition and dietetics, but we fail to graduate to the understanding of the profession of nutrition and dietetics. And for you to understand that, you should know that there's also high-level ranking when it comes to that. Very soon, we are going to have classifications for different levels of seniors published as legal notice, so that we see how our professionals gain muscle as they continue with their profession. Madam Chair, Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute is a semi-autonomous legal entity created by a parliamentary statute. That statute, as many nutritionists have failed to call it by name, is the Nutritionists and Dietitians Act number 18, 2007. In the Kenyan chapter law listing, it is under cap 253B. Can you repeat that after me? It is Nutritionists and Dietitians Nutritionists and Dietitians Act number 18 of 2007. Can you say that, professionals? You did not say it like a professional. You did not say it like a professional. Nutritionists and Dietitians Act number 18 of 2007. Repeat that. That is what is called citation of the statutes that regulate the profession of nutrition and dietetics. That question has been failed by 90% of students who have graduated from universities and have come for oral exams. They cannot mention their act by name. And in the Kenyan law listing, I said it is under cap 253, 253, 253B. So you will not get the gift if you don't cite that. When I call you to collect the books, you will recite for us the citation and the position of the act in the law listing, so that by the time we graduate, then we understand. Currently, it is placed to execute its mandate within the health sector under Executive Order number 1 of 12th October 2022 by His Excellency the President. The Ministry of Health plays an oversight role as a mother ministry to ensure the institute is operational. How? Through the gazettement of the council members. So currently we have a valid council member, and Professor Nguka, who is the MC, has recognized all the council members beginning with the chair. This power is exercised through the office of the Cabinet Secretary. And so we expect communication channels on matters of oversight with regard to performance is between the office of the Cabinet Secretary and the office of the chairperson of the council. And the elected chairperson and council members draw their powers from professional members. Operational matters and performance reporting for purposes of learning and accountability of the Institute may allow for the exchange of public and professional business information between the Office of the Principal Secretary of the State Department for Public Health and Professional Standards and the Office of the Chief Executive Officer, aligned by the Executive Order number 1 of 2022. This is by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. I want to take time, as one who has gone to school, to speak on this. An executive order places us to do business. It does not change the law. And I want to repeat that very well. And therefore, Kndi is not a state corporation. A state corporation is one created by State Corporations Act or a Companies Act, or a statute like ours, where government invests 50 plus 1 shares. That is majority of shares. Otherwise, that is not a state corporation. So since inception in 2007, Kndi has not received, we don't want to see echo. Kndi has not received any single cent from government, and therefore uses subscriptions and professional fees charged on technical services offered by experts to run the institution. Therefore, the business then allows us
to do business in the health sector, either internally through intergovernmental collaborations or externally through diplomatic channels. And that diplomatic channel comes through the State Department for Public Health and Professional Standards. And so if I was to do business with an outsider that would require government input through the National Treasury, then I would do it through the State Department. If they want to do with Kndi, they also have to follow that diplomatic channel through the State Department. However, you as Kndi, you can also do business directly with entrepreneurs without necessarily going through the State Department. That is how the Act is created. It is important to inform the Parliament, the professionals, and the Republic of Kenya at large that since inception, Kndi being a non-exchequer parliamentary created membership organization. I want this to come out very well because we have seen a lot of ignorance among the professionals themselves, not understanding the creation of their law. Subscriptions and fees from professionals. Can we say fees? Can we say subscription? Say it again as I look for the next word. So, and also, as well as professional related technical support to various institutions, including food companies. So when you talk of food companies, you do for them a service, they pay for the service. So that is also professional related fees. Are we together? Apart from the food company, we have training institutions. When you see us approved training institutions, we guide them using training standards that we have developed with the professional money, and they pay for it to run the institution. So it is not a citizen's money. It is paying for professional expertise. The lawyers know it very well. Sometimes they say I should now become a lawyer, but that is the truth. We charge fees according to the service provided. So if we invite Professor Nguka today to go and inspect a food company and give us the value chain matrix based on our standards to see whether that value chain is approved, when he comes back, we charge the company to pay for that 400,000 shillings for the service he has done and the service of the council. And that then runs your institution. That is what has built this building you see here. That is what has run it for the past 15 years. No government money. And sometimes I say it is good because then we are the boss. The boss is one who gives you money. So we do government functions with no money from government, but we support the sector. If Madam Pierce wants a bus to go and do a medical camp, I will provide a bus and a technical expertise like you, and we will use our own money. And that is a government function without government money. Our staff pays KRA, pay as you earn. It goes to the consolidated fund. After that, it is given to ministries that are lazy. Then they use it to manage the country. So if I was to advise His Excellency the President, I would tell him all institutions should work hard to look for money to run themselves. Can you clap for us? This entity, we want to see, apart from what government has given us through Parliament to do, to look for money, we are also allowed to get donations. Are you hearing? We are also allowed to get grants. Grants, you fight for them. You write grants according to your expertise, and you can get those grants. Now, interestingly, Parliament also can give us subventions, which is called grant, but you have to apply for it. For your information, we have applied for that, and we have never seen it. This needs to go to public. We have never seen that money. The Institute is proud to report that through the wisdom of the governing pillar, that is the council, a new resource mobilization and service arm in the name of ATRI PLC, that is again a training and research institute,
has now picked up its operation in the area of capacity building, community outreaches, partnership, research, innovation, and business incubation. Recently, the entity has initiated collaboration with institutions on service delivery matters, and we have a collaboration with 6 Kenyan universities based on MOU on research. Now, also, we have partnered with the Italian embassy on education, that is through symposium. This has happened for 3 years now, and that is also through the archery programs. Just before I forget, we are also strengthening the skills laboratory for all training institutions from different levels at the university and colleges. How? By ensuring that we get state-of-the-art mannequins for critical care, nutrition, competency building, and also competencies that will be required for vitals. So we do that because we have realized universities have never bothered to get that kind of materials. So we have done that. Now we have those ready for Mount Kenya University. We have those ready for Kabete. We also have Vision Academy and Equip. I think also we have, apart from Vision Academy, we have, which one else? Mount Kenya, Kabete, and you can remind me, there's a 4th one. So 4 institutions, and of course, Noria College in Northeastern, for those who are coming from there. So why are we doing this? We are doing this because we want to introduce what is called integrated learning among frontline health cadres. We are pushing this agenda. We are sure that our colleagues in nurses and physicians, of course, clinical officers, they may not have this in their interest, but now we are bringing them on board. Why? The patient requires frontline professionals. That is nutritionists, dietitians, nurses, clinical officers, physicians, laboratory technologists, pharmacists, and many others, health record. All these people must speak the same language. So we are now introducing what we call integrated learning. When we go for inspection, we ask whether other cadres also join up with the nutritionists to build competencies under preclinical skills. And that is why we have the skills lab. We are taking lead on this because when you have gone to school, you speak better. I've gone to school better than a medical doctor that has just graduated. Did you hear that? I hope you heard that. You can clap for me. They are called DR, but they are not PhD. Are you hearing? Now we'll start fighting for them to use a different term so that we differentiate the one who has gone to that higher level and the one that has reached that level. I'm not demeaning them. The fact remains that PhD is higher than MPCHP. True? Also, finally, as I conclude, I want to say that we are proud to identify with the Ministry of Health and always welcomes good gesture from the Office of the Cabinet Secretary, as evidenced by frequent consultations, joint regulatory activities through KH Power, inspection of health facilities under the Health Act, oversight appointments in various committees, which they recognized, including Kndi CEO. The current health laws amendments of 2019 even strengthened this interrelationship, this relationship between interministerial functions in the health sector. We are proud. At some point, we almost thought we would come out of the ministry to get to the office of the president directly, because we thought that they were fighting more than supporting. So we want to give that gesture. We also want to be very happy with the Office of the Cabinet Secretary for that matter. However, we value independence in operations with accountability and transparency as the bare minimum in service delivery. We urge all service providers in the health sector to observe and respect this independence as envisaged in the rule of law and use appropriate channels when exchanging official regulatory information. Once again, we have gratitude which goes to the Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Deborah Barasa, for the oversight role and support. We also want to thank our Principal Secretary for the State Department for Public Health and Professional Standard for the good business we have had. That is Madam Mary Mudhoni, if you didn't know her. We must thank the union professionals. We have a union, KND, that is Kenya Union of Nutritionists and Dietitians, that is functional. You saw recently they were up fighting for nutritionists to be part of the USC, as well as fighting for the nutritionists to get their space in service delivery. It is their role to look at the welfare. Kndi is not the one to look for the welfare. So employment is not part of Kndi. Kndi creates an environment where you can work. And if we get anybody practicing as a nutritionist who is not registered, we arrest so that you can remain with the space to operate. Now, union will look for employment of more nutritionists. The associations, we also want to recognize them, the NAC and others, have a role to empower you on professional activities. So you can join them at will. So we have to thank them for this work. The collaboration with the Academy, Nutrition Academy under Nutrition Association of Kenya has been eminent, has been great. From the time we started 4 years ago, we have had specialties being licensed to practice in renal area, pediatric area, among others. So it has been useful for us to collaborate. And we cannot forget the county government. Now we want to request the county government and also the national government that the impact of nutrition on service delivery is great. And can you help the students, those who are there? Can you help the students so that they don't keep on running by moving the curtains? Nutrition is helping us to save the 374 billion being lost in this country every year. And so the national government and also the county government must take cognizance of this. I always say, if you are ignorant, then you look for the expert. You may not be aware about nutrition, so you are ignorant. So I look for the professional who is educated in that area to advise. That is the problem we have in Kenya. Ignorant people don't want to invite professionals. And when I say that, they say it is an abuse. It is not. The definition of ignorance is that anybody who does not have knowledge in a particular area. That is by Oxford Dictionary. They look for the expert. So we are calling upon them to consult. Finally, the management wishes that all seniors join in congratulating all the 12 licensees who are gathered today to take their professional oath and receive their licenses to practice in nutrition and dietetics. I am talking about nutrition and dietetics. If you see many documents in county government, national government, they only talk about nutrition services. They have never understood dietetics. Nutrition is a science, say science of nutrient and food, and how it relates to the human normal physiological functions. Are you hearing me? Dietetics is management, say management, use of diet or a combination of foods to manage healthy or unhealthy situation. That's the difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Keo, for those clarifications. I think they came in at the right time. I'm about to go to the accreditation statement. As I do that, let me recognize a member of the accreditation committee who has just arrived and a member of council, Purity Chege. So you can be able to see Purity Chege. He was supposed to maybe greet please just come and say a small word before you greet these licensees before I move with the statement.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Purity Chege, representing Middle Level College and also private. And I want to congratulate the licensees for coming this far. Those who are online, karibu sana. We share this moment. It's a moment of celebration because of the achievement. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Thank you, Purity. And for your information, Purity is the vice chair of the accreditation committee, and therefore it was in order even for her to come at this point in time. On the statement from the accreditation committee, the accreditation committee draws its mandate from the Nutritionist and Dietitians Act, number 18 of 2007, which has already been alluded to by the CEO, and the subsequent amendment with major functions of professional examinations, prepare core curriculum guidelines and syllabuses of instructions for training institutions, and avail standardized professional examination for persons that are seeking registration under this act. We also work to guide the processes of Kndi. Under that, we have developed training standards, guidelines, and we have 11 standard checklists, which with sub-indicators and the examination policy to guide those processes. You remember Dr. Keyo said we offer services to institutions, and those services that we offer to institutions are guided by standards. The training institutions particularly are guided by the training standards and the policy around it. Accreditation concerns standards in all spheres of Kndi operations, including training, private practice, food, trade and production, which will be reflected in the quality of products and services offered to clients and Kenya's population. Kndi accreditation standards dovetail very well with the ISO standards and all other standard systems, but they are more specific on the nutrition-specific matters, or nutrition and dietetics specific matters. The accreditation generally shall, and this is as per the Act number 18 of 2007, A, provide for proper training of persons to be registered and licensed. Prepare syllabus of instruction and training courses for persons seeking registration under the Act. C, prepare and conduct examination for persons seeking registration under the Act. D, charge the appropriate examination fees in consultation with the Council of the Institute. E, prepare regulations to be made by the Institute regarding the standard of proficiency to be gained in each examination for diploma, degree, or other awards, including those specializations that was talked about: pediatrics, oncology, renal nutrition. F, develop regulations for internship program for students of nutrition and dietetics during the pre-service training. G, set up quality assurance units to generally carry out broader perspectives of quality management systems. H, develop standards for training institutions for purposes of accreditation and licensing. I, engage inspectors for various functions of the committee who shall have on such terms and conditions as Council may determine from time to time. J, participate in the committees of Food and Drugs Authority within the Health Act 2017. K, review the appropriateness of documents to be presented for examination, internship, registration, and licensing. Sorry. L, spearhead the authenticity and for purposes of systems audit and certification process of the Institute. M, register and license persons qualified to be registered under this Act. And that is the process you are in today. N, prepare a list of professionals to be registered by the Institute in accordance with this Act. O, keep a register of all registered members. P, keep a register of all licensed and retained professionals. So you need to get the difference between the two. There is the registration certificate and there is the license. The registration certificate comes in once. Like right now, you'll get a registration certificate. But then there will be following an annual license. For you to be retained in the practicing list, you must always be up to date with the license. And that is very important because I have realized that in some institutions, people misinterpret the license to be the registration certificate. You can see they have two different functions. You'll have been the register, but if you don't have the annual license, which is renewed, I think, after every 1st of July of every financial year, something like that, then you are not allowed to practice. So that needs to go out very well. And the registration certificate is once in a lifetime, but the license is every year. And lastly, carry out the indexing of students enrolled in the various institutions and monitor their progress. So that happens with the training institutions. With that, I would like to inform the congregation that accreditation committee members wish that all seniors, in this case those who are already practicing, join us in congratulating all the 712 licensees who gathered here today to take their professional oath and receive their license to practice in nutrition and dietetics. I thank you. I'm Professor Nguka Gordon, Professor of Clinical Nutrition and Dietetics, specializing in medical, dietetics, and pediatric physiology, and a council member. Thank you. So we'll move to the next, which is the chair. Oh, sorry. Before that, we'll move to the disciplinary committee. And this will be presented by none other than Council Esther Aduma, who is our lawyer.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm going to read the chairman's statement. The chairman of the disciplinary committee. I am also a member of the committee. I'm the vice chair. The chair is not able to be with us today. The disciplinary committee is an independent committee charged for receiving and investigating complaints against practitioners in accordance with the rules and regulations under the Nutritionists and Dietitians Act. The disciplinary committee may order the removal from the register, suspension of registration, or revocation of the practicing license of a practitioner, or the imposition of a fine on a practitioner as may be prescribed by the council if that practitioner A has been convicted of an offense punishable by imprisonment, the commission of which, in the opinion of the institute, has been guilty, has dishonored him in the public estimation. B has been guilty of negligence or malpractice regarding his profession, has been guilty of impropriety or misconduct, whether concerning his profession or not. Upon an inquiry held by the committee, the person whose conduct is being inquired into shall be allowed to be heard in person or through an advocate. For the purposes of proceedings of any inquiry held by the disciplinary committee, the committee may administer oaths and, subject to any regulation made under the Act, enforce the attendance of persons as witnesses and the production of books and documents. Any person whose name has been removed from the register or whose license has been suspended shall forthwith surrender to the institute his certificate of registration or license, and any person who fails to do so commits an offense. Any person aggrieved by the committee's decision may appeal to the High Court within 14 days of the decision's date. All professionals must read Cap 253B for finer details and be advised accordingly. So far, we have not recorded any disciplinary cases, and we congratulate the professionals for putting professionalism at the top. The disciplinary committee members wish all the seniors join in congratulating all the 712 licensees who are gathered here today to take their professional oath and receive their licenses to practice nutrition and dietetics. Professor Jackie Nanwa, PhD, Chair Disciplinary Committee. Thank you.
You have heard it from the mouth or the horse's mouth herself, Council Aduma, and most importantly, to underline that for finer details, please read Cap 253B and read it properly. For nutritionists, I request and I beseech you, please, even if it means getting a lawyer to sit with you down, read those statements line by line so that you don't appear ignorant outside there. We do not want nutritionists to be ignorant of their law. And Councillor Aduma has put it very well. Can you clap for her? Thank you very much. We are very happy that we haven't had many disciplinary issues. And we want to congratulate the professionals, particularly the seniors who have been in practice, that you continue behaving that way. Be professional at all times so that you avoid, altercations with law. The most tested act is Cap 253B. We have had cases and cases. Cases and cases. They could be running into over 60 cases. But interestingly, we have won all those cases, both the ones that we have been sued against and the ones that we sued for. We have won all the cases. There is no case that have gone against us so far. We want to thank those who participated in writing this law. I think this is one of the best laws we have ever seen. Okay, with that, let me recognize the presence of one other council member whom I think is on board, Dr. Soti. Dr. Soti, could you please greet us? Dr. Soti, just before I invite the chair,
Thank you, Prof,
Unmute.
for
ahead.
allowing me to speak. Am I audible?
You're audible, Doc.
Thank you very much for allowing me. I'm happy to participate on this particular licensee award, though distantly. Dr. Soti represents Director General for Health in this council, and I'm privileged to be among the professionals who observe the law. I'm happy that there's nobody who has been caught with any indisciplinary issue. Thank you, Prof, and let's proceed.
Thank you very much, Dr. Soti, and welcome. With that, allow me to invite our Chair of Council, Dr. Evelyn Grikacha, PhD, to officially present to us the official governance remarks of the Institute. Dr. Evelyn, the Chair of Council.
I hope you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. At this juncture, I'm going to read the official governance remarks. Kndi Council is the governing body of the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietetics Institute, which was established under Section 4 of the Nutritionist and Dietetics Act number 18, 2007. This role is accomplished through the office of the CEO and Secretariat that is found in Annex 1C as directed by the various approved policies and guidelines developed within the legal framework. The functions of the Council are: 1, to determine the set the framework for the professional practice of nutritionists and dietitians. 2, set and enforce standards of professional practice and ethics on nutrition and dietetics. 3, enforce a program of quality assurance for the nutrition and dietetics professionals, which the Council is doing very well. 4, approve institutions for the purpose of training persons seeking registration under this Act, like we are doing now. Number 5, research into and provide public education on nutrition and dietetics. That is why we have the journal, so that we can be able to research and disseminate information to the public. Number 6, maintain the competence of members by upgrading their knowledge through publications and conduct of continuing professional education. Number 7, provide training for nutritionists and dietitians. Number 8, design programs and methods for sensitization on suitable dietary and nutritional habits. Number 9, working jointly with other bodies, participate actively in reviews of food supplements, and fortifiers with nutrient cream. This is very important for all of us. Number 10, perform such other functions as may be necessary for proper administration of the Act. And that one is a statement that is very important for us as we continue carrying on our functions. The Council is continuing to realize its core mandate, adopted and continue developing policies and guiding tools for the proper execution of its mandate. To date, the new Council building from the previous Council has: 1, developed regulations to implement the Nutritionist and Dietitian Act 18 of 2007 to establish a register of all persons trained in nutrition and or dietetics, and a database for retained compliant professionals. Number 3, approved training institutions offering courses in nutrition and dietetics through rigorous site inspection of their facilities based on 11 indicator checklists annexed to training standards. Number 4, developed the minimum core curriculum to be used in training nutritionists and dietitians at certificate, diploma, and degree levels. That means that all those that are being trained are using a core curriculum that has been developed by the Institute. Number 5, developed a system of indexing all students enrolled in nutrition and dietetics courses in colleges and universities, guided by indexing guidelines. And this is very key, especially to our students. It is very important that you index so that problem does not catch up with you later. You do it when you are still in college or at the university. Number 6, prepared guidelines for internship for new graduates to align their practical competencies for 1 year before registration and professional licensing in line with the Act. Number 7, developed a program of continuing professional development, that is CBD, to ensure members keep themselves updated with the new developments in the field guided by CPD guidelines. That is very important because every time we need to upgrade ourselves and especially update our knowledge. Number 8, develop a code of ethics for nutrition and dietetics professionals. Number 10, developed a communication policy document. Number 10, developed resource mobilization policy, which is in place and which is really helping. Number 11, developed reserve fund policy. Number 12, developed examination policy, which is normally used as we conduct our examinations. Number 13, developed standard operating procedure for various business processes for scientific writing and exchange in line with function number 5. Number 15, instituted a functional organogram and effective secretariat led by the able chief executive officer to operationalize all the policies and guidelines. That is very important. Number 16, continuously improved regulatory framework by initiating successful amendments for the Nutritionist and Dietitian Act number 18 of 2007 within the Health Laws Amendment of Act of May 2019. And then number 17, setting up ATRI PLC as a service and resource mobilization arm for KNDI, which is doing very well as we talk. So the council members wish that all seniors join in congratulating all the 712 licensees who are gathered here today to take their professional oath and receive their licenses to practice nutrition and dietetics. So I take this opportunity to ask council members to stand and show their faces for an official introduction as governing body. I think the introduction has been done. Professor has been doing very well, but we have the council members there. You can see them. We are starting with the CEO, who is an ex-official member, Dr. David Okel. Then we have we have Professor Nguka Gordon, who is the Chair Accreditation Committee. I think CEO, you can assist me in, or even Professor, you can assist me introduce the council members, kindly.
We have Kndi, representing the private practitioners in the council. We have Purity Chege, representing the middle-level colleges and a member of the Committee of Accreditation. We have Dr. Soti, who is representing the Director General from the Ministry of Health in the council. We have Judy Kobe, representing the Confederation, the Federation of Consumers, COFEC, in the council. We have Veronica Kerogo, who is in her capacity as the Director of Nutrition Services from the Ministry of Health, sitting in the council. We also have the CEO, as you have already introduced, Chair, Dr. David Okeo, as the ex-officio member. We have CPA Peter Nda, who is also a member of council, an independent member of council, and dealing with matters finance within the council. I think I've introduced all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor, for that introduction, and thank you, council members, for the support you've been given to this institution to make it move to the next level. Thank you, CEO, together with the Secretariat, for your work, and thank you, professionals, for your support. We really recognize your effort and support, and we believe that you are going to continue supporting the Institute, standing with it, because before this Institute was actually formed, we had a problem of nutritionists being recognized in this country. But today we are happy and we thank God we have a voice as nutritionists in this country. And we shall go far if your support is going to be with us and with everybody else. Support the Institute and all shall be well. Before I leave, I want to give you one hidden secret of Buddhism that says, learn how to live with maximum impact and minimum ego, and you will go far. And as I said when I was starting, may this become your golden key to provide you with prosperity in life. Thank you.
Those online and those here sitting here, thank you very much, Chair, for the wisdom that you have shared and the overall governance issues of Kndi, those with years I've had. I would like now to invite an entertainment, our saxophone, to come in as an interlude as the CEO organizes for the presentation of the licensees. Welcome. nice saxophone. You can see how music is soothing. That is the only language that can be heard by everybody, irrespective of your age, your language, your creed. Even the child that is not born, the embryo that is still growing in the womb, the fetus, will listen to the music. Do you know that? Okay. Now, with that very beautiful music, allow me to invite the CEO to take us to the next level. Dr. K, welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and council members and professionals. You know, when King Saul almost went mental. So he was wondering what he would do, and somebody gave him a secret that there's only one person that has been born in the house of Jesse that can make your head come normal. Many times kings go through problems, and so they get disturbed mentally. Even nutritionists, we have an aspect of health which has been ignored, that is mental health. Music is the best to make you recover all that you have lost. So Saul invited for David, and David came and blessed the soul, and his head came back to normal. You might blame the executive, thinking that they are the problem, but probably they just need music to get to the right track to say the correct things. So when you see music in between programs, that is the purpose for it to be designed. Thank you. Now, Madam Chair, we want to get to the stage where we have to get the licensee officially licensed for the first time. This is one of its kind. I don't think, as I said earlier, there is any other cadre that bring their professionals to award them licenses to practice for the first time, like we do. That's why we are called innovators. We think quickly. So, Madam Chair, may I have the pleasure now to invite the presentation of the candidates in the following order, which will be done by our faculty members. So we have the category of degree. Degree category has clinical nutritionist, clinical community nutritionist, public health nutritionist, food science nutritionist, and clinical dietitians. These are 6 subspecialties that have passed the exams, and so Dr. Regina Kamuhu is going to read them. This time around, Madam Chair, we are not reading names, but we will indicate on the app, which has already been shared, the serial numbers. So the faculty members will read the statement and then give us the serial number for clinical nutrition, clinical community nutrition, public nutrition, clinical dietetics, and food service diet therapy. So Dr. Kamuhu will take lead of that. After that, we will have Dr. Christine Onyango, who is going to read also serials that are assigned for clinical, for diploma level, that is nutrition technologist and dietetics technologies. And then finally, we'll have Madam Emily Waome that will give us the rubrics for technicians, nutrition and dietetics technicians, and also specialties like oncology, pediatric, and renal. Now, in between, after the names, the serials for the degree has been mentioned, Madam Chair will publicly give an award statement, and we will celebrate with those that have been mentioned. Our entertainer is still here, and every stage we shall still bless
those that have worked very hard are now joining the practice. So with Madam Dr. Regina Kamuhu, please, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Okeo, for the opportunity. And I'm going to present the names. Sorry. The following 111 candidates who have successfully completed the internship program have satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Council for the award of the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute license to practice as nutritionist in the category of clinical nutritionist, Serial 1 to Serial 111.
The clinical nutrition till clinical dietitians level.
Okay. The following 14 candidates who have successfully completed the internship program have satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute License of Practice as nutritionist in the category of community nutritionist, Serial 1 to Serial 128. The following 15 candidates have successfully completed the internship program, have satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute license to practice as nutritionist in the category of public health nutritionists. This is Serial 129 to Serial 143. The following 5 candidates have successfully completed the internship program, who have successfully completed the internship program, have satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute license to practice as nutritionist in the category of food science nutritionist, that is Serial 144 to Serial 148. The following 14 candidates who have successfully completed the internship program have satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute license to practice as dietitians in the category of clinical dietitians, Serial 149 to Serial 162. Thank you.
Dr. Kamuhu, and we now want to invite the chair for the first time to give a public award of licenses for this category. Henceforth, they will renew their licenses as required by the law. So, Madam Chair, on page 20, you can take us through the statement of the award of license.
Okay, thank you, CEO. I have the honor to admit you into the graduate level professional license to practice within your specialty area as per the Nutritionist and Dietitians Act 18/2007 and Kndi regulations. Congratulations once again.
We want to celebrate that category. Now you become the professional, so just in a few minutes, you will be taking the oath. That is a preliminary. We can have entertainment before we get to the next phase of that, for that particular group. Can we clap for the group that has just been ushered into the profession to join the seniors? Hallelujah. Coming. the degree candidates here, can you join here and dance here? Those who are coming for community nutrition clinical, come quickly. Can you move with speed? Are you celebrating with them? It is an achievement. Are we celebrating? Are we celebrating? It is not easy. Let us clap for them as we receive. We want to take this opportunity again to thank you for being flexible. And also we want to recognize the members of the Fourth Estate in the House, the National TV, KBC. We welcome you, though you came late. We forgive you for that disobedience. Now, let me move to the category of diploma, and for now, may I have the chance, Madam Chair, to invite Dr. Christine Onyango, who is going to take us through the serials assigned for nutrition technologies and nutrition dietetic technologies. Dr. Onyango, please.
Okay, thank you, CEO and distinguished guests and the graduates. The following 361 candidates satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute license to practice as technologists. That is the category of nutrition technologists, serial 163 to 523. The following 60 candidates satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute license to practice as technologists, the category for dietetics technologists, serial 524 to serial 583. Thank you.
Once again, Madam Chair, on page 28, there is a statement for admission of this category into the profession. You can take us through that. Statement for the award of licensee for diploma on page 28, Madam Chair. The technical team, is the chair able to Is she there, present?
Can you hear me?
Madam Chair, you can go ahead.
You can hear me now? CEO, can you hear me?
We can hear.
Thank you. Thank you. I have the honor to admit you into the diploma level professional licensure to practice within your specialty area as per the Nutritionist and Dietetics Act number 18, 2007 and Kndi regulations. Once again, congratulations. Thank you.
May we clap for the diploma category. And as usual, you can move forward. We can continue with the saxophone. I want to believe that's the name of the instrument. And the player. Can we have the diploma category in front here? The technologies move forward. This is an achievement, so you must come jovial. Come dancing. Give out the way. When you see a senior coming, you give way. I would request some of the senior professionals to join them so they can dance. It's symbolic because this remains forever. Council members, it will not be very good if you don't join this team because you are part of the process. It will be good to do that. We are telling Kenyans that we have professionals that can change their lives. So it is not in the bush, it is in the public. That is why we are dancing. Can you go down? Can you dance as you go down? Do it well. Where is the Vigelegele Nashangwe? Nutrition plus music is good for well-being and health. So if you're not a musician, we have no problem. If you have poor legs, if you can't swing, that is up to you. Can you go down? Prof, can you go down? Madam Purity, can you go down? Give the public a professional shake. Shangwe na vigelegele, woo! We are ushering them into the profession. Technologies, technicians. So these are technologies. We have both nutrition technology and dietetics technology. Very important for level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6 hospitals, and of course the general public. Please take note. Let's clap for them as they resume back their seats. You can see how flexible they are. We thank God for everything. Prof, you are doing very well. You are still very young. Thank you. Can we clap for them once more again? Now, if you are left, if you don't want to sing, that is up to you. You know, you sing your way to heaven, and you sing your way to health. Let me take this opportunity again, Madam Chair, just to invite the last category in the levels, that is a technician category, and I would want to invite Madam Emily Waome to do the reading, the rubrics assigned to that category, including specialties, that is oncology, renal, and pediatric nutrition.
Madam Emily Waume, kindly.
Thank you, CEO Dr. Okeo. The following 121 candidates satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute license to practice as technicians, nutrition and dietetics technicians, serial number 584 to 704. The following two candidates satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Council for the award of the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute license to practice as nutrition technologists, cancer nutritionists, that is serial number 705 to serial number 706. The following one candidate satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute license to practice as nutrition technologists. That is pediatrics, serial number 707. The following 5 candidates satisfied the Accreditation Board of Examiners and the Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Council for the award of Kenya Nutritionists and Dietitians Institute license to practice as nutrition technologists, that is renal nutritionists, serial number 708 to serial number 712. Thank you. Congratulations.
Let us congratulate them. Further than that, we can clap for them, for those who have been mentioned. And for the professionals online, we congratulate you. Those here also, we congratulate you. Madam Chair, again, on page 33, we have a statement there for the admission of this category into the profession. So you can lead us through that process. Technical, is Madam Chair still on? Do you want to keep on asking? Or you can allow her to keep on saying? Okay. Madam Chair, you can unmute and give us the statement again.
Thank you, CEO. I have the honor to admit you into the certificate level professional licensure to practice as per the Nutritionist and Dietitians Act number 18, 2007 and Kndi regulations. Once again, I want to congratulate you and wish you all the best in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and of course, may all the certificates who are the point of contact as the best candidates come in front. The certificate level person that is the best, can we see you? Do we have such a candidate here? She has not arrived. Okay, symbolically, can we have the professionals, all of you, to represent the certificate in front? Saxophone. How many of us like music? Okay, you come, sir. You come. You in red tie. I think. Can we start? Yeah. Congratulations. The certificate level. Those who are online, you can take your coffee in the house as you dance. We have a very serious senior man here, and in a tie. There are 2 of them. Red ties is power ties, black suits, power suit, both mostly blue and black. You can see the gentleman here representing the certificate. We are very happy. So can we have also now the professionals coming? All of you, please move forward.
and we go on with this. The seniors, you can join. Congratulations. Are we clapping for them? It is not easy to go to school and also pass professional exams and change lives. It is not easy. This is a profession to take charge of human life. Can you clap for them as we dance? You can go down. Go down, go down. You can see the flexibility. It tells you that there's no feeble. All the joints are intact. No arthritis, no diabetes. We are setting out a war against cancer, against cardiovascular disease, against weakness, against mental problems. Can we go down again? Shake your legs properly. I can see Madam Purity is leading. Professor, you are a bit late. Hallelujah. Congratulations, everyone who has acquired their certificate level. We usher you into the humanity service. Let's clap for them as they resume their seats. You've done very well. Hallelujah. Is that no good? When we go down, we are proving to arthritis that they cannot win. Are we together? It also gives us a symbol for mental capacity. So we know that we are still sane. Are we together? If you didn't see anybody responding, we would be otherwise thinking otherwise. But for now, we can see Professor has gone down. We are going to the last category. Madam Chair, this category is a very special category. These are already practicing graduates and also diploma and certificate level. In our health facilities, we have a specialty need. And we know that we need different expertise for different demands for the public. Some of them demand services of oncologist, nutritionist, or a service of a pediatric nutritionist, or sometimes renal. Those are problems that are found in different special wards. And I want to say that nutrition can save this country a great deal, particularly when it comes to critical care and nutrition. This has not been understood by medical doctors. I think it's now when they're starting to think about it. And we are telling them that if you want somebody to attend to cancer-related issues other than medication, the best therapy is that of a nutritionist together with a dietitian. And this special nutritionist is what the Nutrition Academy under NAC is trying to help us come up with their competencies aligned. And we know that they go through 1-year program, which is purely practical. So I would want to take the pleasure again, Madam Chair, to invite them to come if they are around. If they are not there, they can be online. And we need to represent them. If we have a pediatrician here, nutritionist, Professor Nguka, you're a pediatric physiologist, so you can stand. If you have someone who has worked in renal, you can move forward. If you have somebody who is working in cancer ward, you can move forward. And of course, even if you have worked in general ward,
you can come forward. We want you to, we have our own who has been in the private practice, Madam Banis. I think she has trained more than enough. We can move forward. Madam Chair, this specialty is an area that has been ignored in the health facilities. And I want to inform the public, the professionals, and the council that just last week, on until Friday, we had a team in the Ministry of Health, together with the Public Service, working on what we call career progression, as well as the schemes of service. And we sent one of our expertise there to help them get to understand the different subspecialties in nutrition so that they can align it with the schemes of service. Now we are getting into a level where we have to recognize specialties, not just nutrition officers, as been before. So specialty, for example, Professor Nguka standing here is not just a professor of books and academics. He's also a consultant pediatric nutritionist, clinical nutritionist. And not only that, he's also consulting adult nutrition, particularly on clinical dietetics. He has one book that he calls his Bible, that is Krauss. Krauss is one of the best dietetic books that we have recommended for all training institutions. And it gives us the perspective of a therapy which is picked from the lens of nutrition. 70% of cases that die in hospital are cases due to poor feeding, and feeding without the lens of the critical diagnosis of the person who is supposed to eat the food. We have a lot of dumping syndrome in the facility. You cannot feed enterally through the stomach, that is ostomy or jejunum, and you dump liquid milk or normal uji. This team knows very well that you must pre-digest uji before you deliver it in the canal when it has bypassed the stomach. That is a knowledge that a medical doctor does not know. That when you are bypassed amylase level of digestion, then you need to pre-digest first before you load the stomach with normal food in its original status. And that has caused a lot of dumping syndrome, fermentation, which has led to death. The catarrhs, the nurses, they are feeding what the hospital provide, but not with the lens of what level of feeding. That specialty is needed, both at general ward, critical care ward, renal, and of course, even in cancer wards and children wards. So we are now getting to be specialized, and we want all the professionals to begin looking for what area can they specialize in. So I just wanted Professor Nguka and Madam Banis maybe to say what she does in 1 minute before we get to the next level of closure. Yeah.
Think ladies first. Good afternoon. So my name is Banis. I said earlier, for those who came late, Kndi. I'm a clinical nutrition therapist, a total wellness coach. That is what I've been calling myself in the corporate world. I've done, I think, more than 1,000 corporate training in Kenya and beyond. I've trained Cooperative Bank of Kenya. I've trained Equity. I've trained Toyota Kenya. I've trained MRM. I've trained Kappa, and so many other companies, Advocate, and the rest. And I started at Medanta Africa Hospital as a consultant. I worked there around 3 years, and then now we opened a consultancy. So our consultancy is now 11 years. Clap for us. So we have paid our license for 11 years. This is the 11th year. Yeah, so we don't have a problem with that, because in the corporate world, if you don't position yourself correctly, it means that nobody will recognize you as a professional. So it is a very important thing to learn how to pay your licenses, because some of the clients, and I will tell you for sure, they will always ask us to give them licenses, whether we are accredited, and also how long have we worked, and so many other things, so that they can be able to also listen to us and believe in us as well, and also looking at the experience part. Now, I've been mentoring nutritionists, clinical nutritionists in the marketplace. We have programs that we always do as a company. New Nutrition Solutions Limited is our company. You can Google for those you have Android, you know. So we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok. We are trying to catch up with the Gen Z. We also on the Instagram, we are on Twitter, we are on YouTube as well. So, but majorly, we are all doing clinical nutrition on all medical conditions. Now, the people that you've mentored, like clinical nutritionists, we mostly give them the sections that they love the most. So I'm not always in the clinic because sometimes I'm training. So sometimes now I'm here, there is somebody in the office who is a clinical nutritionist seeing clients, and also have others who do corporate clinical nutrition, especially in terms of training and body composition analysis. And we teach people on lifestyle diseases management. So we have a very good program on lifestyle disease management. So I believe let me first of all say congratulations. So when you guys get out here in the marketplace, we are waiting for you. We welcome you all so that you can come and let's do this. And I believe there is always something for every one of us. So it's good competition, and it is very, very important for business. So I would want to ensure that we all know what we are doing in the clinical place, so that we get to give people the right information, because we are all about the right information. If it's not natural, please don't do it. That is my slogan. If it is not natural, can you repeat that? If it is not natural, don't do it. So that is what is a clinical nutritionist. So if it is not natural, avoid it or don't do it. So thank you so much, and we welcome you. Congratulations.
Do you hear the private practice? Very beautiful. From the pediatric nutrition perspective, or generally clinical nutrition at university level, I'm a practicing nutritionist, as has been said, and also consulting with the various hospitals and individuals. And I train nutritionists and dietitians at master's and PhD level. And I've also trained oncology nutrition, including from KNH. There are a number of my students in KNH, Kenyatta National Hospital, and MTRH in the various sections. And Dr. K has already alluded to one thing, which is basically nutrition support or feeding within the various parts of the gut, especially when you have to do a nasogastric tube, you bypass the mouth. That work that was supposed to be done by mouth has to be done elsewhere. If you are doing, for example, a duodenostomy, that's a PEG or a percutaneous endoscopic duodenostomy or gastronomy or ileostomy, it means you have passed a stage. Now, whenever you're putting food there, then it has to be food that matches that stage. You cannot put milk directly into the intestine. Now, can I surprise you? That is what is happening. Let's go to our hospitals and you see them giving porridge directly into the stomach. I think you'll be shocked, isn't it? By the way, some of them have been shocked. So you have a role to play, to advise, even just walk in there. And Dr. Keo said that leads to dumping syndrome. which are similar characteristics like diabetes. You'll have high blood glucose. You'll have something called steatorrhea, which means diarrhea of fat. You'll develop osmotic diarrhea because of the osmotic attraction of water, the concentration, the movement of water from where it is highly concentrated to where it is low concentration. Remember your osmosis? Yes. So if the concentrated food in the gut, then most of those patients end up developing conditions that they did not come with in the hospital. Now, these are facts which have to be spoken to this physician because people don't take. But the second thing which he did not allude to, all patients in the hospital, in the ward, are nutrition and dietetics cases. There is nothing like this a nutrition case and this is not. Because there is something called drug-nutrient interaction, drug-food interaction, nutrient-food interaction, nutrient, all this. And in the hospital, do you sit in the hospital without prescription of drugs? Literally everybody in the hospital is taking a drug, isn't it? So that is a nutrition case. The fact that they are taking a drug is a nutrition case. It doesn't matter. Even malaria is a nutrition case. Are we getting each other? So I don't want a situation where I come into the hospital and say, oh, this is a nutrition case. What we are saying is that every ward must have a nutritionist to be able to guide management. And that we have done without fear of contradiction. And we build capacity on something called nutritional pharmacology. I know it is a unit. In your undergraduate, those of you who did degrees must have done something called nutritional. And you also must have done something called basic pharmacology and toxico. But you may not do everything. When you come outside here, there is a huge world of practice. You can always be able to build your capacity in that area and be able to advise. When you are using this drug, please avoid this food, but use this food. I've always put it, for example, a child, let me go to my pediatrics, with sickle cell anemia, and is on, say, warfarin, which is an anticoagulant, isn't it? Or is on acetylsalicylic acid. You know what acetylsalicylic acid is? It's aspirin. How many of you know a drug called aspirin? Aspirin is used for 4 issues. It is an antipyrexia, it is an anti-pain, it is anti-inflammatory, and the 4th one, it is an anticoagulant, which means anybody with a thrombus will have that drug prescribed. Now, there are certain foods which will complement that. Now, as a dietitian, you need to know which food. I can assure you the doctors don't know that. It is your role. I can assure you, because they are not taught that. So there are particular foods which will support. For example, an onion, garlic, and tomatoes have a compound similar to exactly what is in acetylsalicylic acid. And therefore, they complement anticoagulants. So when you see a patient prescribed, for example, as I've talked about the sickle cell disease, most sickle cell disease are highly predisposed to blood clots. You know that. Because of that behavior of the sickle cell, most of them are highly predisposed to blood clots or vasoocclusion. So when a doctor prescribes, then you also prescribe. There are foods that are supposed to be avoided when drugs are used, specific drugs, which are not known by. So it is your work. And when you go through that, now that complements the work, and you will be needed everywhere. Dr. K has already, you will be needed everywhere in the hospital. The moment you prove that, and you help us prove that, because we are just, now at this level, we are just still very few who are passionate and driven. But the moment we give this spirit into you, and all of you get mad with nutrition, the madness of a nutritionist, then you will be able to convince everyone that you need a nutritionist everywhere to be able to advise. Because it is true that 70% or even more deaths will be caused as a result of those interactions. And nobody diagnoses atasema, it is because of this, but or the usual causes, but mainly it is because of those interactions. And for a nutritionist, and I told you this before, And today I want you to listen to it again. Life starts and will end with potassium. That's a very high level nutrition. And it cannot be understood until you go to the basic science of physiology. It will start, I have said life starts and it will end with potassium. I will leave it at that and urge you to read more. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Nguka and Madam Panis. You know, professionals now don't need to get into politics. We need to get into science. And what we're talking about is the science of nutrition, that a medical doctor and any other medical professional does not want to hear. And particularly a pharmacist will not want to hear that. That is why we have problems. It is you to stand and say, we can't kill people. Pharmacies, we know they assist at that level, but they are for business. We can prevent that business before time. But you have to push the war because nobody will accept that. We are doing that and we believe we shall do it well. That's why we have to get to the next stage. Now we are getting to the stage of taking oath. And I would want to invite Madam Council Esther Duma to come and take us through the oath. All seniors and all professionals who have just been licensed, we will stand and take this oath together. I want to believe that the technical team, you have given every participant inside here a copy of the oath so that we must read it together. And we also want to believe that you have shared that with all the professionals online. So, Madam Council Esther Duma, please, you can take us through this.
Thank you, CEO. I'll digress a little bit because today's function is one of a kind. It's not the first one I've attended, but I've really been educated. And you know, nutrition is one of those areas which I have not understood very well. If you are told to go and consult a nutritionist, you hold back a little bit. I have in the past consulted a nutritionist. You are told even when it comes to groundnuts, just eat 2 or 3. But for us, you want to eat a whole bowl to satisfy yourself. And for any condition which comes into the body, you want to consult Dr. Google. You go to YouTube. You go to TikTok or whatever, for those who are in TikTok. You get more confused. For example, in with diabetes, those who are trying to manage it like me, today you are told you can eat this. Tomorrow somebody else tells you that one is not what you are supposed to eat. So you wonder, are the people who are suffering from diabetes supposed to eat anything? Because one day somebody is saying this, another person is saying a different thing. Now, I've really been educated. In fact, I didn't know about potassium until just a few years ago, when a relative of mine was diagnosed with lack of potassium in the body. And I said, what is that? So I think I'll be contacting you and consulting you more, because I think, your profession deals with health. I've been privileged to serve in commissions which deal with the discipline and complaints, as had been mentioned earlier. I'm not going to mention the professions, but yours is very critical. And I'm so happy that although there is a disciplinary committee in this profession, we have not had cases. Those commissions where I've served in, are professions where the professionals or the bodies regulating the professions have failed to regulate the professions. So the government has come in to regulate the profession. And the chair did mention something to do with code of conduct, because the act will not tell you everything. But where a code of conduct has been established, it is very, very important that you familiarize yourselves not only with the provisions of the act, but more so with the code of conduct, so that you don't get surprised when you are called upon to answer, on something which you thought you were doing innocently, but is against the code of conduct. And today you are being licensed, as was mentioned by the MC and the CEO. Registration and licensing are two different things. And many people think that once they have been registered, they need not take out the annual license. In the law, for example, if you instruct a lawyer who does not have a valid annual certificate, it doesn't matter how far the case has gone. Once it is pointed out, the whole thing collapses and you are back to square one. So make sure that you renew your licenses as is required. Excuse me, you practice the profession according to the code of conduct. It is very, very important to be disciplined in your profession. I want to believe that it is those of you who are being licensed today, it is something you have a passion for, not because you have nothing else to do, because that one also may be a problem. If you have a passion for what you have studied and you know what you are supposed to do, it goes a long way in also developing confidence in what you are doing. So once again, I want to just congratulate you. And with that, I'm not taking sorry, come on. So now I'm going to administer the oath or practice. And I think the CEO had said, you stand. Stand. All of you have a copy of it? You don't?
Anyone without a copy? Do you did you download the app? Can we get copies of staff? Can we get copies of those documents given to the professionals?
Pardon? Yeah. So, okay, this is the oath of practice. I pledge to do my utmost best for my patients and clients in the practice of nutrition and dietetics.
I pledge to do my utmost best for the patients and clients in the
They're supposed you're supposed to recite that. You're supposed to repeat after me.
You can give microphone to one person there.
Okay, here we go. I pledge to do my utmost best for my patients and clients in the practice of nutrition and dietetics.
I pledge to do my utmost best for my patients and clients in the practice of nutrition and dietetics.
I will embrace the highest standards in the nutrition and dietetics profession and pledge to conduct myself accordingly in all my professional interactions.
I will embrace the highest standards of the nutrition and dietetics profession and pledge to conduct myself accordingly in all my professional interactions.
I will use my skills to care for all humanity in need without bias and with openness of spirit, integrity, and transparency.
I will use my skills to care for the whole humanity in need without bias and with openness of spirit, integrity, and transparency.
I will seek to improve my knowledge through continuing professional development and teach what I have learned to all who need my services.
I will seek to improve my knowledge through continuing professional development and teach what I have learned to all who need my services.
I will acknowledge with humility my limitations and consult my seniors as and when the need arises.
I will acknowledge with humility my limitations and consult my seniors as and when the need arises.
I will respect all under my service as individuals without regard to gender, race, national origin, religion, or sexual orientation, or any other form of gender discrimination.
I will respect all under my service as individuals without regard to gender, race, national origin, religion, or sexual orientation, or any other forms of gender discrimination.
I solemnly promise to keep confidential any information relating to my patients and clients which shall come my way in the course of duty.
I solemnly promise to keep confidential any information relating to my patients and clients which shall come my way in the course of duty.
I will uphold the Kndi Code of Ethics and Conduct as per the Nutritionists and Dietetics Act number 18207 and subsequent amendments.
I will uphold the Kndi Code of Ethics and Conduct as per the Nutritionist and Dietitians Act number 18 of 2007 and subsequent amendments.
I will demonstrate exemplary respect for the rule of law.
I will demonstrate exemplary respect for the rule of law.
I will place the needs of all those under my service above my own.
I will place the needs of all those under my service above my own.
To uphold these responsibilities, I promise to maintain my well-being and well-being of those under my service.
To uphold these responsibilities, I promise to maintain my own well-being and the well-being of those under my service.
I promise to be a trustworthy nutrition and dietetics professional who will practice with excellence, integrity, and devotion to all under my service.
I promise to be a trustworthy nutrition and dietetics professional who will practice with excellence, integrity, and devotion to all under my service.
I commit myself to a life that will bring honor to my profession.
I commit myself to a life that will bring honor to my profession.
So help me God.
So help me God.
This is by Esther Joey Aduma.
I think it is as simple as that, and it is not that simple when it comes to professionalism. Nutrition is one of the medical health subjects. I know for a long time in this country, even the government itself has not understood what nutrition is. So it is you and I to make sure. And Councillor Duma has said something which you must take home. That is, other professionals like you fail to regulate themselves. And so government is over-regulation. Kndi has successfully self-regulated, and therefore they still regulate themselves. So you may be somewhere and saying, why is Kndi not like the rest? The rest failed to self-regulate. So they have to be shown how to regulate by the government. And that is where the problem is, because when an officer in government who does not comply with your regulation is oversighting you, then chances are that they will not comply and therefore you are dead. Did you hear me? Now for us who self-regulate, if they come next to the door, we tell them, get lost. Because you're a non-compliant professional, go and comply first. So there's no conflict. That is the beauty of your law. So we must understand this very well. It is the beauty of your law and the beauty of those who accepted it. And that is in 2007, Parliament looked for institutions that can use their own money to regulate government services. Now we have turned to institutions that are looking for government money to eat and fail to regulate services. I hope that is very clear. Can you clap for me? Now we are getting to the closer. We have a category of people here, and these are now called professionals who have exemplarily met the criteria for the board of accreditation, board of examiners, and accreditation committee, and of course, council therefore, by extension. And they did very well to become excellent students, not the only students who are excellent, but the best among the excellents. All the professionals who are online and those who are here, we congratulate you because you are now professionals, and by standards, you can get your licenses immediately, as long as you want, and you have paid. Now, this category, we are going to give them some gifts, some certificates for being the best performed. And I would want them to come and pick this very quickly because we don't have time. So I'll not go in any order, but I want you to move forward quickly. In the category of public health nutrition, these are groups that more or less will be focused on policies and those primary healthcare-related aspects for humanity. We have Musal Abdikadir Ali. If he's in the house, you can come forward and pick your certificate. I would request Professor Nguka to award that certificate. Come quickly. He's not there. Who wants to? Martin, you can pick for him. We have also in the category of clinical dietetics, we have Chepngeno Frida. If you are within, you can come and get your... Yes. There are good things inside, so you can open. Don't give somebody to open for you the envelope. So this is Frida, clinical dietetics, the best candidate. You can clap for her. We have Uchieng Daniel Oduo, clinical nutrition. He's the best candidate there. We expect the best also from the practice. We have Katamba Beneza Mokeira, this is clinical nutrition also. I think they died. We have Nkonge Jackie Kananu, community nutrition. You can come if she's there. Community nutrition. If she's not there, somebody can come and collect that on my behalf. Then we have Kariuki Monica Karuana. Kariuki is food science nutrition. Maybe I would want to explain food science nutrition. All those things you see on labels of food that you find in the supermarket which claim nutrition, they are supposed to be checked. And I want to make this statement very clear. Kenya Bureau of Standards don't do tests to confirm them. Did you hear me? They only store the standards. They are custodians of standards. Now, for us, we have to check whether those prescriptions and those labels are nutritionally authentic. That means we set or develop standards. Are you hearing me? So don't go and say that how comes there is regulation of foods and reviews of food products? Is it not KEB's duty? It is not their duty. And I want to repeat that for public. Kenya Bureau of Standards are custodians of standards. We are developers of standards. So it is you and I who should work hard to come up with those standards of food review. And food science nutritionists are supposed to do that. They're supposed to help food companies. So we want all food companies in the country to employ food science nutritionists and other nutritionists that can work in that sector. We have about 399 plus companies that have products claiming food, and we have about 1,490 plus products in the country. So we have to save this nation, and Parliament has given us that. Hossein Fadosa Rashid, this is nutrition technologist. You can come and collect this. This is diploma level. Then we have, you can clap for her better. Then we have Salam Najma Adan. This is dietetics. You can clap for her as she comes. Nutrition is becoming very serious in northeastern side. You have to be very keen this time round because we are getting more candidates from that side doing the best, and which means they want to save that environment. We have the last candidate for nutrition and dietetics, that is Baraza Louis Awo. You can come and collect your gift and certificate. There are things inside there, so you can open that alone. If she's not there, someone can come and collect that before we close. We are getting time bad because our AGM is supposed to start. Now, professionals who have just been licensed, you are now professionals. Can you clap for yourself? And you have all the right to participate in the AGM, starting from now. Can you clap for yourself? But before that, and declare this congregation officially closed, before we invite national anthem, we have a last chance to demonstrate that nutritionists are there. Nutritionists have been trained, and we have many nutritionists that the government is yet to use and the private sector is yet to use. We're not going to allow anybody to take up the position of nutritionist, whether they have the knowledge from Google, but you as the expert now must come in. So our saxophone specialist, this is our last chance to dance for the profession in honor of God, who came up with this act and placed it in the heart of Kenyan anthem. Now it's solving the humanity. And all the professionals who are here, including seniors, we want you in front. You must go down. Are we together? We must go down. So the saxophone, you can start from there, and our seniors here, the council members, we can join the team to be sure that we are flexible. Councillor Duma, you are not left out. This one, you must go down. So can we have the saxophone? So congratulations, you can stand up, please. This is the last moment. We want to dance for the Lord for doing a good job for us.
come in front quickly. Kwa kuabudiwa ni wewe tu, Mungu wa Please go down. This is the moment to show that you are flexible. You go down. With this kind of regulatory functions, also remember that we were the first to do public award of licenses, so we cannot miss anybody who is a practitioner. Can you go down? Professor Ngoka, you are not leading the process of going down. Hey. Can you go down? Shangwe na vigelegele. You can give the Lord a clap. Aka, aka. Professionals who are there, are you suffering from arthritis? You can go down. We want to see you in front here. Can you move here quickly? This space is still being filled. You can come from there. The black, the men in black, the men in blue, red ties. We are waiting for you. This is going to be the end. We don't want people at the periphery. You can move forward and show your dance here. We are demonstrating that the profession of nutrition is a solution to every part of humanity when it comes to health and well-being. We are scientists at different levels. We are saviors of the nation. We can't have primary health care without nutrition. We can't have UHC without nutrition. Go down, please. Madam Purity is going down. How can the young ones remain up? Go down. Go down. Give the Lord a twist. Are you seeing the man in black? Are you seeing the man in black? Yeah. Can you clap? Are we clapping? I think Prof is tired, but we can never get tired because this is the moment to show the world that nutrition is a critical medical care. Therefore, good. Are we dancing? Go down. Go down. This is for the Lord. To the Lord. To the left. To the right. 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 Shangwe na vigelegele. Now you can show your heart that you have graduated. You can show those you have, you can throw it up as we take back our seats. Dance back to the seat. Madam Purity is saying I didn't go down. I'm always down. Thank you very much for being flexible to dance, and also those online, I hope you are taking your coffee and dancing at the same time. This will go in memory. All our records are public, and they remain public so that nobody will say, where are those nutritionists? We are there, and the numbers are well specified. In terms of cereals, we also have those serial numbers kept to show exactly how many nutritionists we are. We have more than 13,500 nutritionists in the country. Only 20% are employed in public and 10% in private. So only 30% in total are engaged. And we are a solution. So we urge everybody to take cognizance of nutrition, particularly the public, and also ensure that they seek the services of a professional that is properly registered and licensed, not a quack. So for you to get good service, look for an expert that has a license, and Kndi is giving digital licenses after this. Those who have completed all the requirements of licensure, you can go and download your digital license and begin to practice as a nutritionist or a dietitian with specialty. And we also want to remind those who are yet to pay, please ensure that you do that to avoid penalties, which will come later. So make sure that you fulfill those requirements and have your license. And please don't forget that we must not just be employed, we also have private practice that you can engage in and offer your services under Section 3 of that Act. So once again, congratulations. And I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to invite Madam Purity to give us a vote of thanks, of course, for the wonderful exercise. And we clap as we usher her in.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I've been given a simple activity to do, very easy, and I don't know why Okeo likes giving me vote of thanks. It's because I've walked the journey with those who are graduating today. Because when you reported in middle-level colleges or universities, you didn't know what nutrition is. But there are people who have stood behind you, and that's the reason why it gives me that, because I'm in the docket of middle-level colleges. So at this particular moment, I'm honored and I have gratitude for being given opportunity to propose vote of thanks to everyone who actually supported us. And before I start that, it is good to honor that we would need to give the greatest honor and thanks to Almighty God because of giving us gift of life and also giving us opportunity to celebrate this day here, and also for giving you that opportunity and courage to finish your studies and be at this moment that you are a profession, you are ready to practice. We give thanks and honor to God. Secondly, I'm standing here on behalf of the council and also Kndi staff members for giving a vote of thanks to everyone who contributed to this success of this activity. Indeed, it is a success. We've seen you growing, and also Kndi has been there to assist you in indexing, and they are ready also to walk with you the journey of adopting you now to the profession. So we want to thank the Kndi staff led by Dr. Okeo, and mostly also to thank our chair, Madam Evelyn, for leading the council well and the institute well. We have seen a lot of changes in this institute since she took over, and also under the leadership of CEO Okeo and the other council members. We also have stakeholders who have really worked hard with us. We have the senior council, we have Ministry of Health, we have the private sector, all these people who are friends to Kndi. We want to give our thanks and gratitude to them for standing with us. Sometimes we receive a lot of stones from different sectors, but stakeholders who believe in us have stood with the Institute, and we want to thank them. Then we also want to thank the senior citizen. I've seen senior citizen, and I would wish I request the old mama to stand up. For her to sit for those hours, we want to give her also a special vote of thanks. You see the age, I pray to God that I age gracefully and reach even beyond our age. Thank you, ma'am. So, thank you. So we honor the senior citizens who are with us here. The staff of the Institute also, we thank you for supporting our CEO, and also the students, the licensee today. We want to thank you for availing yourself here. And those who are online feel appreciated because of joining online. We thank you, and we request you that you still stand in for the AGM in solidarity with your profession. So for those few remarks, I want to thank even the 4th Street KBC team and the camera people behind there. And of course, hakuna sherehe yenye ikosi chakula, sivyo? So wale wanatuandalia mamkuli pale, pia niseme ninawapatia shukrani. Nasema hayo yote nikisema Mungu ni mwema na nawatakia mema kwa kila jambo. Thank you very much. Thank you for gracing this occasion.
Thank you very much, Madam Purity. You said that I always give you because you have trained. That is true. Training is not very easy. Teaching is not very easy. And making people to become the professionals they are is not very easy. We are going to close the congregation, and then we will have the East African anthem, the technical team. Just after this, then we will have a few 15 to 20 minutes to walk around as professionals. Then we come back. Those online, you can stay on because we are about to start the AGM, and ensure that AGM will not take a lot of time because it's just the council's report, which includes the audited accounts, and we'll ensure that we send those audited accounts to all the professionals to scrutinize within 14 days to give us a feedback. And if we are satisfied, then we are going to have it as proper records. So may Madam Chair, where you are, and council members and professionals, may I now declare this congregation officially closed and disperse everyone for this session. After that, we'll resume our other activities. So this congregation is now considered closed officially, and we congratulate everybody who has participated. We now want to invite the East African anthem. May we stand and ensure that the anthem is also understood. It's also heard by those who are online. We will start the national anthem, the East African one. Only one stanza. Let's go.
kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much. We will also have lunch. You can take your seats after this. When the AGM is over, we have lunch here. So stay on for lunch. The lunch is a goat, it's goat choma, properly done the nutrition way. You can also get chicken. We identified that, so make sure you stay on. It is blessed already, and it will not cause any harm. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. So, thank you. That session is over. We can now disperse for about 15 minutes, and then we get back for the AGM.